Norton is a moderately successful comedian, an average author, and a terrible actor. And your chance to speak directly with him has arrived. Call 866-969-1969. The phone lines are open. And the Jim Norton Show starts now.
Hello. The Jim Norton Show. And today doing it on Thursday because yesterday I had to pre-record my Gene Simmons interview for my Boneyard show. And Gene does like to plug. However, I like him very much.
When does it air?
It aired last night.
Oh, okay, good.
But I just, I didn't want to do a half-hour advice show. They're paying me handsomely. I feel it's my duty to do a good show, Eric. I don't know what happened to the first guy. Let's go with David, drug problem help. Hello, David.
Hey, Jim, is that you?
It is, sir, yes.
Hey, I'm a big fan, man.
Thank you.
As you can tell, I'm a kind of younger guy, but
How old are you?
I'm 20 right now.
Okay.
But I just have problems, man.
Well, what problems do you have?
Well, I got into drugs and shit, and that I dropped out of school because I was diagnosed with depression and all that, and none of those drugs could help me. So,
Well, let me ask you a question. You dropped out of school. Are you under the influence now?
no, no. I only do like pills and all that shit.
Well, what is your dilemma now? Do you want to stop doing what you're doing?
Yeah, it's just a cycle. I'm stuck in the rut, you know.
Believe me, I definitely know. That's the hardest part sometimes. It's the cycle of it. Because then you feel like, okay, I'll quit, and I'll do this, or I'll move on. And then you do okay for a little while, and then all of a sudden, the one thing happens that puts us back into it, and then we're right back in the pattern, the whole thing. And then you're like, oh, fuck, I got to run out the string again. I know where this is going. Well, the first thing is, school is great, but the first thing you want to do, I would suggest doing, is getting off drugs. That's the most important thing you can do. So what is it that is keeping you on drugs? Why are you continuing to do them?
Well, I don't know. My parents, they keep on, they're like really fragile and shit, so I have to take care of them. And
what's that got to do with you doing drugs?
well, it adds to a lot of the pressure. I try
Sure.
to just kind of bury away, you know.
It's fun. That's the amazing thing we think to ourselves, too, is when we're getting high or we're drinking, well, there's so much pressure, I have to cope, which really is like, hey, look, there's a small brush fire. Let me throw newspapers onto it. That's the equivalent of fixing pressure by getting high or by drinking. Any situation is made worse by drinking and doing drugs. Like all the pressure in the world, like getting high and hiding from the pressure is not handling it. It's not addressing it. We have pressure in life, David. It's part of life. And you're not going to just have it with your parents and you taking care of them. You're going to have it for the rest of your life. There's always a pressure with work or with whatever, a spouse or a girlfriend. And you have to learn to deal with it without getting high. It's ridiculous that you're going to put yourself in this place where it's all you have to do as far as, dealing with pressure.
Completely agreed, but, I do it anyway. It's like, I know better, but...
Yeah, knowledge is no defense.
Excuse. I'm not making any excuses. I'm not trying to say that, man.
Have you ever gone to rehab or a meeting?
No, my dad did that shit when he was, I was at a lot of AA meetings growing up.
Well, why don't you, whether it's AA or any other kind of program, why don't you try a meeting? You obviously know you have a problem, and it's making your life unmanageable or unhappy, so why don't you do something about it?
That's the first big step.
Well, you picked up the phone, and you made a call. My advice to you would be this. The major problem you have now is you're using. So I would suggest going to a 12-step meeting of some sort and talking to people before the meeting. Okay?
All right.
All right. Well, good luck, Dave. We have other calls to get to, but that's what I would suggest doing. Stop languishing in the place you're in and actually take a step. You took a step by picking up the phone. Now take a step. Go on the internet, look up a 12-step program of some sort, and go and talk to somebody there. It will help you a lot. Hi, Ben. And by the way, the number 866-969-1969, taking phone calls now. Ben in New Jersey. Hi, Ben.
Hey, what's going on, Jim? How are you?
Good. Your girlfriend is texting her ex and hiding it.
Yeah, exactly, man. I mean, I've been doing this for like 3 years. I love her. I consider even marrying her. It's just this one thing that I just can't get over is that, the dude she hasn't been dating in 5 years, she wants to text him like they're friends, and from time to time it'll get like a little bit, a little risque in the text.
How do you mean like risque in what way?
Like, oh, what are you doing? You're touching yourself?
Oh yeah, it's fucking that's dirty. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, but it never goes past that. It'll never speak on the phone. They haven't seen each other in person in like 2 years. Right. So I mean, she tells me like, hey, it's nothing. It's like a little thing. We're like friends. You got to understand. I dated this guy for so many years. How
about this? Fuck that shit. You're right. It's not just a friendship. I'm friends with Iraq. I've never texted him and said, "Are you touching yourself?" That's bullshit. And again, I've been in the position where I've done what she's doing. So I'm not coming down on her like she should be executed, but she's bullshitting herself and you. Here's what that is. It's sexually intriguing on a light level. It's keeping that little thread, that little romantic connection. If she's with you, she's with you. I would suggest telling her, fine, you can have this little fucking shitty thread with this guy that you can't let go, but I'm moving on. But I
mean, everything else is perfect. I mean, literally, I would marry this girl. If she's telling me it means nothing, it's no big deal.
Then why can't she stop? Okay,
relationship.
If it means nothing and it's no big deal and it is inappropriate, why can't she just not do it?
I mean, we'll have these big talks where I'll get upset about it, because I'll find a text and I'll say, why can't you just cut this off? And she'll be like, fine, I will. And I won't see anything for like 2 months. And then randomly he'll text her. And, if she's alone, sitting home late night on the couch, she can't resist, just texting it back.
Yeah.
And then I'll find it. And it's just, she's telling me it's nothing. Why do you care? It's really not a big deal at all. And if I say cut it off, she does. But then, a month or two later, it comes back.
She could block him, dude. She could block him, or she could say, hey, don't text me anymore. I'm in a relationship and my partner's not comfortable with it. And you're not being unreasonable, because I'm friends with my exes, but it's different. Like, if he was like, hey, how are you? How's work? And we're talking, and you remember that time we went out to the thing, and they're having genuine friend talks. That's one thing, but you know the difference. You know the difference, and so does she. So all that fucking bullshit about, he's just a friend. Maybe they're not fucking. And maybe she's not like talking him through a cum, but there's something there. You sense it, you know it, and that's why she's sneaky about it, because she senses it too. So she wants to fucking keep doing that. It's not going to stop unless she stops it. And if she's not willing to stop that for you, then that should tell you something. Everything is not perfect. I'm not saying dump her, but I would talk to her and stop being wishy-washy about it and go, look, enough of this shit. I'm your fucking boy. You don't have to curse at her, but say I'm your boyfriend, and it's inappropriate. Are you touching yourself? Like, I know what that is.
Right, exactly.
So, they shouldn't be saying anything that they wouldn't be comfortable with you seeing.
All right, and I mean, if I make it somewhat like an ultimatum, like, hey, I can't deal with this, it's something that's, I would really like to have stopped, and she chooses not to. At that point, it's not worth continuing the relationship.
No, why would you? Because again, you're not being unreasonable. You're not being a jealous asshole who's going, don't talk to men. Like, then I would say, fuck, dude, you got to relax. But I think that you're justified in being annoyed at this one. And I think you're justified in sniffing the bullshit out that she's giving you, because it is bullshit.
Right.
It's nothing. And then you're finding sexually themed texts. You're not an idiot. You know what that is.
Right. Exactly.
So I think you're on the right track by asking her not to do it. And I think she's being unreasonable if she won't cut it off.
Right. Or calling me jealous for it. I'm like, I'm not being jealous.
But maybe you are. Realistic. You know what, dude? Maybe you are being jealous. It's okay. You know what? You're in a relationship with a girl. She's saying sexual things to her ex-boyfriend and hiding it from you. being jealous is fairly acceptable there.
Right, exactly.
You know, you're not Jake LaMotta who's punching somebody for fucking winking at his wife in a movie theater who he's never met. You know, there's a difference. Right. I don't think you're being unreasonable.
All right, thanks, man.
Okay, buddy, be good. Good luck. Chris gets off on interracial porn, but is kind of a racist. Hey, Chris.
Hey, Jim, what's up?
Good, buddy.
Okay, so here's the thing. Whenever I go out into a public setting and I see an attractive white girl, especially a blonde girl who's with a black man, and the darker the better, I kind of get a feeling of disgust. I guess it's my own prejudices.
Sure.
I'm an admitted racist, I'll say it. But my best jerk-off sessions have been when, like, a black bull just releases his seed in a fucking Aryan princess. I want to know what's wrong with me.
Nah, I don't think there's anything wrong with you. I mean, being a racist is I would say that's the one you should address. I mean, what you get off to in porn, especially if it's, harmless like that, I don't think is bad. I think that, the part about really being a racist is bad. But I don't know, and I don't know your real feelings, but seeing a black guy with a hot white woman, it makes a lot of us uncomfortable, and we don't know why in a moment. And I did a bit on this 10 years ago, and it wasn't that I hated the black guy. It's almost like whenever I see a hot girl with anyone who's not me, it bothers me a little bit. Like if I see a beautiful girl, with an older guy, I'm like, what the fuck? But seeing her with an older guy kind of motivates me because I know that I'll be able to be old someday and I make money, so maybe I can get a girl like that, but I'll never be able to be a black guy. So when you see a hot chick with a black guy, you're like, that's something I can never have her, because if that's what she likes, I can never be that. That might be a part of it, or you might just hate black people, in which case, you might want to rethink that, dude. That's not a good way to think. I mean, we joke. I mean, racial jokes are great, and I love a good racist joke. But to really feel that way, or to really, interracial couples put up with a lot of shit. Like, they put up with a lot of, and it's not just from white people, it's from black people. Believe me, both of people in an interracial relationship are dealing with a lot of crap from people in their own group and the other group. So you don't want to push that. But the porn, I don't think, is abnormal. Maybe you like the taboo. Maybe you get off on what you shouldn't, like, or what you think you shouldn't. So, the idea of the black guy fucking the white woman turns you on. Or maybe you feel uncomfortable when you see that for real because it taps into certain feelings you're not too comfortable with about yourself.
No, I totally agree. And, it makes me question whether or not I really am a racist, because if I was a, dyed-in-the-wool racist, I wouldn't even be watching that to begin with, like Anthony.
Probably not, yeah. But I mean, being a real racist, dude, you might just be thinking you're a racist because you have certain prejudices or certain feelings that you might want to, tweak a little bit. A real racist is a guy that absolutely does not like members of the opposite race and thinks they're better than, for real, thinks they're better than people from the other race. And that's just, that's just a shitty, irrational way to think.
Well, I'm still stuck with this conundrum.
Yeah, well, I mean, I don't think the porn is your problem. I would just really think long and hard about why it is, what your weird feelings about black guys at white women is. Who cares when you think about it? Who cares? Just another hot chick that's not going to fuck you, dude. Like, would you rather just see her with an athlete? What's the difference? Or would you rather see her with a lawyer? Like, if she's not fucking you, who cares who she's fucking?
I mean, it's not that because he's black what pisses me off. It's just the negative culture of crime. And,
oh, stop. Who cares about that? That doesn't mean anything when you see a chick with a guy. Like, I don't think about what culture. If I see a girl with an Iranian, what do you think? I care about Iranian politics? She's not fucking me. That's what annoys me. And a lot of times we just get jealous when we see pretty women with other people. And with the black guy, it's just so obvious because they're so different than you. So you take it like as an indictment, oh, she has rejected me as a white man. Instead of realizing, like, if she's with a really good-looking black guy who's got washboard abs, why shouldn't she fuck him? Like, what have I done to earn that piece of ass when I'm mushy and I just finally don't have tits anymore? This guy's got to fucking wash. Who am I going to fuck? Am I going to fuck a really hot black chick or a 230-pound white girl? I'm going to fuck the hot black girl. Put yourself in her shoes, dude. Put yourself in her shoes, or heels, as it were. All right?
Oh, well, okay. Thank you so much, Jim.
All right, good luck, brother. And, what we get off on is, it is what it is. I mean, Adam and Eve wants to know if you're getting enough in the bedroom. I mean, obviously the white girl is. If she's fucking a black guy, she's probably getting more than enough. But even if you think you're getting enough, Well, Adam and Eve think you'd like more. Adam and Eve is going to give you more with 10 free gifts. That's right, 10 gifts. First, you're going to get a sexy surprise for her. Second, a specially selected toy for him. So like maybe the guy who just called, we get you a big black dildo and maybe you can fuck a girl with it and you kind of get your little interracial porn thing. I don't know if that would be enough for you. And the third is a little something that you both can enjoy. Plus you get 6 free full-length adult DVD movies. That's porn. 6 free full-length porns. That ought to keep you busy for a while. Number 10 is the best gift of all. It's free shipping on your entire order. To get your 10 free gifts, just go to adamandeve.com and select any one item. It could be an adventurous new toy, a sexy piece of lingerie, slippery new lube. There's nothing worse than trying to fuck in the ass without lube. You got to get lube or anything else that your little heart desires. Then just enter the offer code JIM, me, J-I-M, at checkout, and you're going to get all free 10 gifts, including the 3 specially selected items, the 6 steaming hot adult movies, and free shipping on your entire order. Just enter the offer code JIM so they know where you heard it, so they continue to advertise on my show. And check out at adamandeve.com. That's Jim at adamandeve.com. They really are a great site. And they have, there's a lot of porn out there, but Adam and Eve kind of has all of your adult needs, and they are genuinely a great site for people like us. And I say us. If you're listening to this show, chances are you're garbage, and I appreciate that. All right, let's see. Matt, sisters in an abusive relationship. Hello, Matt. How are you?
Pretty good.
So your sister's in a physically abusive relationship?
Yeah.
She's married to the guy?
No. It's the guy she's been with for a couple of years. She's left him quite a few times, had him arrested a few times. No one in the family or any of our friends likes the guy.
Right. Are you scared of him?
Physically, no. I'm scared of trying to do anything because I don't, want to have a fallout between me and my sister as well.
Well, does your sister want to get out of the relationship?
Yep, she's tried over and over. It lasts a couple of days, and he just finds his way back to her place and acts like he's getting his thing, sits down, never leaves.
Why is she drawn to this guy?
I have no idea. She has 2 kids with him. One's he just turned a year, and the other one's about a month and a half old.
Well, has she, I mean, why does she keep getting back with him?
I have no idea. I don't know if it's a mental thing or what.
Well, you should ask her that, because a part of her, I mean, for someone to leave an abusive relationship, they have to want to leave the abusive relationship. And I know that as family members, we can talk to them and we can tell them what we want to tell them. But as an adult, it's kind of hard to make somebody want to leave a situation that they should want to leave. Like, again, and I'm careful to give advice about this when it comes to stalkerish spouses or boyfriends, because a lot of times men do not react violently, but there are times when they do, and there are ways to leave those relationships. And I don't know if I'm qualified, because I don't know their situation, to say what the best thing for her to do is. For you, I would suggest talking to her and being supportive and telling her, look, if you need anything, or maybe would you let her come and stay with you? Do you live near her?
She lives with my other sister a couple blocks away.
Does she live with the guy?
She doesn't want him there, but like I said, he does just show up and he just won't leave.
And she's called the police on him?
Yeah, last time, about a week ago, had my uncle over there, and they got into it, and he ended up knocking him out and having the cops haul him off to jail.
Oh, he knocked out the boyfriend?
Yeah.
Well, I mean, I don't know why she's still drawn to this asshole. The uncle is her father? Oh, no, I'm sorry, her uncle. Okay, you're her sister. She's your sister. I don't know. She has to want to leave the relationship, dude. If she really wants to leave it, she can't keep letting this guy back into her life. But
I think she does, but it's just she's scared of,
I know. You know what you might want to do, and I really mean this. You might want to talk to someone in a woman's shelter or one of those places who has much more experience, because there are ways to leave abusive relationships. She's not doomed into this thing forever. But as somebody who's never been involved in one, I don't have experience in that. I would suggest talking to somebody who is involved in some sort of a shelter, who has dealt with this time and time and time again and seen all the patterns and seen all of the traps that people fall into. Because there are ways to get out. But when you have kids, there's some kind of should she get the restraining order and should she enforce it? Again, as a novice, I would suggest, of course, a restraining order and then enforce it. Every time he shows up, call the cops. But there are times in very dangerous situations where that just escalates things to a bad place. So I don't know which of those situations that is.
Right, and they've had a restraining order on each other before, and they've...
Why? Is she abusive to him or no?
No.
Oh, God. So I'm sorry, buddy. I just closed down my window. Cocksucker. Sorry. I would literally suggest, I said literally there, but I shouldn't have, talk to someone in a woman's shelter. Who has she spoken to get out of it for help?
Facebook.
Facebook?
Out there for the world, yeah.
That's bullshit. She's got to talk to somebody besides Facebook. She has to go and talk to somebody who's a counselor, who has experience. She has to talk to somebody who knows what they're doing. All right?
Right.
I'm sorry I can't be more helpful. I just don't want to pretend to know something I don't know.
No, you're plenty of help.
All right, thank you, buddy. I apologize.
Okay.
All right, be good and good luck. And again, I wish I had a better answer for that guy. Thank you. And by the way, I apologize for being distracted at the end. I closed down the window with all the calls on it. Do we have to have these everything's got a passcode to think? Cocksucker.
Everything here has a bunch of different administration passwords.
Well, can't they just leave it for us?
It's supposed to be saved in there, but I don't know why it keeps erasing.
All right, whatever. Let's talk to Tony. His wife's not attracted to him. Hi, Tony.
How are you, buddy?
Good. How are you?
Fantastic. I'm with this girl. She's common law with me.
Okay.
She's 37 years old. I met her when she was 30. We have a 3-year-old child together. And, for the past year, I've been staying on the couch. Okay? She's telling me she's not in love with me no more. She's not attracted to me. I found out that she had an affair with a doctor at her job. She's a nurse. And I couldn't really say anything because, we were just cohabitating. And, she goes from hot to cold. 2 nights ago, she's hugging, kissing me. And then yesterday, get away from me. Please, don't bother me. Okay? Just don't even look at me.
Have you put a lot of weight on or anything?
No, you know what, Jimmy? From this, I lost 40 pounds in a month. Okay? And, I just don't know what to do. I love my family. I love my daughter. Okay? I just don't know what to do. And maybe this will give you a little more insight. I'm 57. She's 37.
Okay. Maybe that's part of it. But the reality is, now that it is what it is. She feels the way she feels, be that right or wrong. Do you want to be in a situation where you have to deal with this hot and cold bullshit when you're not doing anything wrong? Like, you probably feel trapped because you're 57. Like, oh, where am I going to go? Where am I going to find another her? But like, what do you really want to? There's a million websites and Match.com and all that stuff. Do you want to be trapped with this person who's giving you this fucking bullshit at this point in your life?
Jimmy, you're 100% correct. And no, I don't. And I'll be honest with you. I don't know if it's love or lust that keeps the attraction there. Okay, I just don't understand it. I really don't, and I'm really, really going insane here trying to figure this out.
Well, why figure it out? It doesn't matter. The reality is, it's probably more lust, or probably you're hurt, and it's hard to walk away. I'm not saying it's easy, but she's not treating you right. She had an affair with a doctor. She's hot and cold. Makes you sleep on the couch in your own house. What do you?
Yes, for a year I've been on the couch.
Why would you tolerate that?
You see, that's what I don't know, and I think it's the unknown and the insecurity I have because of my age. Okay, and then she keeps texting me, Tony, we're almost there. We just need a little more time. I need some space. I need a little more time.
Well, maybe that does happen. Maybe people do need space. Have you tried couple counseling?
No, she refuses that.
Fuck her. You know what, dude? I fucking hate her. She won't go to counseling. If she said, hey, let's go to counseling and talk this through, that's a willingness. She just wants you on the fucking couch until she makes a decision. Hey, shithead, go lay out there. I'm going to do what I want to do. No regard for your feelings. Am I going to go to counseling? No, not at all. I'll just work through it while you sit out there and suffer. Not 1 ounce of regard for how you're dealing with this or you're feeling. That, if she was willing to go to counseling, I'd say, hey, that's a great thing. But if she's not, I think you have every right to be fucking disgusted.
You know what, Jimmy? You just satisfied me, okay? Because the thoughts you just had were my sentiments exactly. And, I feel like I'm a puppet on a string that she could pull me and push me away whenever she wants. And I'm an old school guy. I don't need that nonsense. You're right, Jimmy.
Yeah, dude, if you're 57, you're not 80. You could have you could live to be another fucking 25, 30, 40 years. Like, people live to be 90 nowadays. What are you going to put up with this for 30 more fucking years? Just go. Like, I know that's easier said than done, but I think you've done what you were supposed to do. You've done your part. And there's a time where you just got to say, I'm not going to put up with this fucking idiocy anymore.
And you know what's the worst part, Jimmy, is the house we bought 4 years ago. I gave her $70,000 to put down on the house. The house is under her name.
Oh, boy.
I couldn't have it under mine. So she's telling me, you got to get out. You got to get an apartment. I'm getting kicked out of my own fucking home.
Why is she comfortable doing that?
You see, this is what I don't understand. This is the part that keeps me there because I'm trying to get into her psyche and see what the fuck is going on.
Wait a minute. Now, why can't you have the house in your name, too?
Because I had some shit going on in the past and
Okay.
I couldn't have it.
Okay. But that puts her in a much better position than you.
Oh, of course, of course.
Would she be fair-minded and sell the house? Of course not.
No. But she still asks me to do work in the house. 2 weeks ago, I spent $4,500 on a driveway.
Well, I think you should stop being a victim and fucking move it along. I really do. I mean, if you have to eat the 70 grand, that's a tall order. That's a lot of money. But what are you going to do? You're still on the couch. What are you going to just be on her fucking couch? Maybe it's just time to move on and get on with your life, dude. I think she sounds awful.
Yeah, you know what, Jimmy? You're right. Okay, the way I found this one here, I'll find another one. I just wanted validation from you.
Good luck, brother. Good luck.
Hey, thanks so much, Jimmy. You have a great day.
Thanks for the call, man. Take care. Yes, Chris in Queens, girl advice. Girl walked out on you 6 months ago and won't answer your phone calls. Okay, hi, Chris.
Hey, Jimmy, how you doing?
Good, buddy. How long were you with her?
Like 3 years, and she lived with me for like a year and a half.
And she walked out on you 6 months ago for what?
Way long ago, early in the relationship, I had cheated on her once.
Okay.
It was early in the relationship. She found out about it through the girl on Facebook. She could never get over it. I tried to do everything I could. She claimed to be over it. I worked my ass off and treated her like a queen, and everything seemed fine. But then the last 6 months we were together, she got distant and cold, and as much as I tried, like, she couldn't seem to get as close to me as she used to be.
Okay.
And then one day she's just up and tells me, I'm going back to my dad's house in a week. And I'm like, well, if you feel you need to do that, then do it. I'm not going to fight or argue. I just hope we can still be friends and try and, see whatever happens. So she just up and left saying we're going to be friends, all this stuff. We were good, and then just would not see me after that.
Okay, well, she wanted out of the relationship.
Yeah,
she wanted out.
She was texting me and talking about, I need time, this and that. She still remained friends with her, like, first boyfriend, like the love of her life, who ended up being gay and cheating on her with her other friend.
But again, dude, I understand that would hurt. That's painful to think about, but that has nothing to do with your situation. Like, when we find out shit other people are doing with other people, like those situations are sometimes a little different. It might have been easier for her to fucking swallow the fact, all right, the guy was gay. At least he cheated on me with a guy, and there's nothing I could have done about that. Maybe you were the second one and you hurt more because you make her doubt herself as a woman. If someone's gay, they're gay. But, you're a guy who likes women and she wasn't enough for you. For whatever reason, she's answering you. You just don't like the answer she's giving you. If you're calling her and she's not answering your calls and she's not returning your calls and she's cut off contact, it's very painful, but she is giving you an answer. And the only thing to do for your own sanity is to accept that answer. It's never good to continue hounding somebody because she's going to wind up, if she doesn't hate you now, she might just be mad at you or need time. She's going to hate your guts for it. And you're going to come off as a stalker or a nudge. And why do you want to be?
I might have already came off as that a little bit. Like, I haven't gone to see her. Like, she said she needed a space. I gave her a space, but I did keep texting her, and that was annoying her.
Yeah.
And
So
eventually she stopped responding, but I haven't, like, gone to see her at her house at all. But the thing is, like, I feel like it's been so long, like, I just want to see her and see how she reacts.
Yeah, exactly. See, again, I just want to. Like, I understand that. But the bottom line is she doesn't want to. And I believe me, know where you're coming from. And I know I just want to, we keep looking for the perfect sign off. Even when we know it's over, we want the perfect send off. Like when we feel like all business is completed, my hands are washed of it. That's what we're looking for in these situations a lot of times. Like I think deep down, you probably know it's over. But you want to be able to walk away and go, okay. And a lot of times there is no absolute 100%, perfect sign off where it feels completed and it feels done and finished and okay. Sometimes you have to go, she left and it sucks and there's some unsaid things and tough shit. You got to swallow that and move on because she's giving you the answer. She doesn't want to be in the relationship. Whether that's right or wrong, I don't, who cares?
Yeah, but I was like, she talked about, like, she was everything. She's my only friend. She talked about how we would stay friends no matter what.
But again, dude, if you want to be, you're not looking to be friends with her. You and I both know you want the relationship. So don't.
I'm not really sure of that. I have a new girlfriend, but I think like I just want a little bit of closure and friendship.
See, closure. I just was talking about that. The closure that you have closure. Closure is she's not getting back to you. The door is closed, and yet you keep trying to reopen it. What you want to do is reopen the door and close it on your terms. Yeah. You don't like the fact that she's closed the door. You have closure.
She was never a nasty person, but as soon as this happened, she's taunting me. She's putting up pictures on her Twitter of her in my bed, like with, like in my house and stuff like that. And then, like, I had sent her an email to remove it. And instead of just doing that, she's like, oh, can somebody tell me how to block email?
Why do you fucking keep contacting her? Just block her on Twitter. No, block her on Twitter so you don't have to see why would you follow your ex on Twitter? Block her on Twitter and then fucking get on with your life. You got a new girl. Stop pretending you want to be friends with her. You want to open the door. If you want to be friends with her, respect her wishes. That's what a friend would do. If she's ready, someday she'll come back around. If she's not, that's how it is. And I know that that's shitty to hear, but for your own sanity and your own new relationship, stop bullshitting yourself and saying you want friendship. You don't. You want to close the door on your own terms. Accept the fact that the door is closed. It's okay, brother. It happens to all of us. We all get to close it on our own times sometimes, and then there's times where other people close it for us and we don't like it.
Yeah.
So you got to. There's a scene in The Mighty Quinn with Denzel Washington, where the guy's ex-girlfriend got pregnant. He goes, "What am I supposed to do?" And Denzel Washington says, "Live with it." And that's what you got to do. You got to live with it. Move on and realize the door is closed. Fuck it. Even if you did get to reopen it and then close it on your terms, who gives a shit, dude? You know what I mean? It doesn't make anything different.
Yeah.
All right.
All right. Thanks, sweetheart.
All right. Good luck, you little petunia. All right. Doug in Boston. Hi, Doug.
Yes, Jimmy.
You think you have a sex addiction and you want to talk about the app called Stumbler. I don't know that app.
Oh, dude. I'm not sure if you're still having issues with it, but...
Sure, yes, I am.
All right. Well, it's one you might want to stay away from. I don't know if it's on the iPhone, but it's an Android app, and what it does is it condenses all of the Tumblr sites. You're familiar with Tumblr, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So, and what it does is there's no bullshit comments. It's just a gazillion porno pictures from everything from self shots to GIFs and everything else. And as soon as you click on a picture, then there's a whole row of things you can click on the bottom to find other sites that show you the same thing.
Okay.
And I mean, I am obsessed. It's crazy. I mean, I'm like, edging all day long. Well,
I understand the addiction and what you're saying, because Stumbler is just the vehicle you're using. It's like being an alcoholic and saying, I'm drinking vodka, and then another guy calls it, I'm drinking whiskey. It's the same thing as, whatever it is you're doing, It's obviously making your life unmanageable and you're aware of it. What you might want to do if you want to stop doing it, again, the suggestion I would give, which I should take for myself, 12-step meetings, because they do work. When I'm doing well and I'm remaining abstinent and I'm doing meetings, I'm doing really good from the porn. I sleep better. I feel better about myself. I have more energy. I concentrate on shit. My life is better.
It's just trying to commit to the fact that there's this other, I'm already a borderline alcoholic and a drug addict, and it's just now the sex thing just doesn't seem like a real. It's not the same. I don't know.
It's not what?
It's not the same. It doesn't. I would have a real problem saying, "Listen, I'm addicted to sex." I don't know. That's just,
okay. Maybe you're not at that point where your life is unmanageable, or as they say, sick and tired of being sick and tired, where you're ready to admit and accept that you have an addiction. But I think that you're getting to the point because you're edging, dude. You're edging and you're spending hours doing this. And I guarantee you there's times where you're doing it where you're not even horny. You're just doing this. Let me see the new ones that are posted. Like, I'm like, your dick's not hard. You don't need to come, but you're like, let me just zone out and see the new ones that are posted. Like, I understand the mania of that.
Oh, my God.
I understand that. I understand that. And that is addictive behavior. It's like the times when we're not hungry and we just eat anyway to do something. That's only going to continue. And if you don't feel you're at that point right now, how about this? Give yourself some time away from it. Delete the app. You can always get it back. The thing with sex addiction, dude, with porn and all this shit, it's always going to be there. It's not like when I delete this porn, I'll never be able to get it again. Pornography will always be available. Jerking off is always available. So you're not losing it. So if you feel like, oh my God, give yourself a little break and see how you feel. Try that. See, if you don't think you're addicted, stop jerking off give yourself 30 days without jerking off. But hey, why not? If you're not addicted to it, a lot of people go a month without jerking off in adult life, dude. They're busy. They got the bills to pay. Give yourself 2 weeks without jerking off. Just see if you can do it. And don't lie to yourself. Don't rub your dick through your pants and delete the app and give yourself some fucking time. See how you do.
Hey, listen to me.
Yes.
I want to tell you, man, you have found your calling. I really hope that I know you're looking to get a talk show, and I would suggest that not just the interviews, but show some of this stuff from this show. Put that on your reel as well.
Thank you, brother. I appreciate it. Take care. Good luck, man. Okay.
All right. Thanks, pal.
And it's like I feel very bad for a guy. He's here in New York named Mr. C. He's a DJ, legendary guy. I think he was Big Daddy Kane's DJ. Mr. C is, he was, and he's on Hot 97, or he was on Power 105. Oh no, Power 105 with Charlamagne. He's Hot 97, and apparently he was soliciting sex from a transvestite or a crossdresser or a drag queen. I'm not sure what this person classifies himself as. But there's been, I think, an arrest for a transsexual blowjob he got, or he's been arrested for hitting on undercover cops who are men. So this, again, I don't know Mr. C. I've never met him. But he resigned, and, in hip-hop, I guess that's weird. It's different. Like, I could talk about transsexuals, and I don't care if people like it. I don't care if I lose fans. I don't give because, whatever. Don't like me. But hip-hop's a different world than that. They have to have a tough image, and comics can be vulnerable. It's a little easier. So I feel really bad for this guy that he had to resign. I don't know if he's gay. I don't know if he's married and has a wife. I don't know if he's bisexual. I don't know if he's straight and just has a tremendous demon I don't know. But I feel really bad for this guy that we still live in a place where he had to step aside and give up a gig that he's really good at. He's a legitimate DJ and he's a contributor musically. And he had to step aside, or he chose to step aside because of this dumb shit. Maybe it's the fact that he's soliciting sex, but I don't know why the station wouldn't stand behind him unless they figured that this is what he wants. But I just would hope people would support this guy. And again, I don't tell fans how to react. Hey, go to this guy's Twitter. I don't do that. It's not my business or my place to tell you how to feel. But I would just, if you feel inclined, hey, if you want to badmouth him, do that too. But if you feel inclined to support this guy, I think you should, because it's just sad to me that we live in this world where this guy's not a pedophile. You know what I mean? He's not fucking children or animals. And there's such shame around this sexual stuff, which is really not that bad.
We should try to get him on.
Yeah, I don't think he'd come on right now. I mean, they said one of his tweets I read, he's like, I don't even know if I should be alive. Like, he's hurting badly right now. And it just, man, I feel terrible for the guy. So hopefully he's going to be okay and get his gig back. Because, he should only leave that job if he's fucking doing payola, which is illegal, or if he sucks at his job, or if he's a rapist. But he's none of those things. He's a good DJ, and I feel bad that he had to give up a gig for that. Let's see. All right, let's go to Brian in New Jersey, something a little lighter. Hi, Brian. Stand-up comedy advice?
Hey, Jim, what's going on?
Thanks for the call.
Yeah, so, I'm doing stand-up. I've been doing stand-up, open mic.
Here's my advice. Always say cunt. Okay, I'm kidding. What's up, buddy? What's the question?
No, my mom's just, always getting on me. I'm trying to get, a job, to support myself.
How old are you?
I'm 22 right now.
Good.
Yeah, so I just graduated college. I'm trying to get a job to support myself. But, my mom, she just is always busting my balls about, doing, being out late in the city, doing open mics.
Sure.
And, not, getting a job. So, I don't know. I feel like I have to choose between, I have to get, a job that I hate where I'm stuck behind a desk and just doing something I don't like and doing stand-up. And I'm trying to, find, I don't know, an even balance, but I don't know if I think that's something I probably need to just find in myself,
Yeah, of course. And there's no absolute with this. My parents were very supportive, but so many comedians will listen to you right now and go, oh, fuck, dude, that same thing. A lot of parents go, get a real job, long into your career. If you have to get a job to pay the bills, sometimes, there is a reality. We have the fucking phone bill and all this rent. You have to get a gig. Try to find one that is compatible with stand-up time where you work maybe fucking, 10 to 6 or whatever, or just be tired for a while. But it's not an absolute, Brian. You don't have to make a decision now that will forever impact you. You can get a temporary job and continue doing stand-up. But I would say if stand-up is your dream, I was 21 when I started, you're 22. If you're out there and you're doing it, there is a risk with a dream. And if you're already in it, you've already done more than a lot of people ever do. The majority of people always think about it and never try it. So if you found the courage and the moral fucking fortitude to start it, I would suggest not stopping because you've already gotten past the hardest part, which is the beginning.
Yeah. Yeah, no, I started when I was 19 and I
good.
do open mics. And my friend, he's got a show at the Creek in the Cave and he's going to put me on soon too, which is awesome. But he gave up a lot. He was homeless. He started selling cocaine. I don't want that. I don't want that life.
You don't have to.
Yeah.
His story is not your story. You know what I mean? I didn't have to do that either. Colin Quinn has his story. Robert Kelly has it. We all have our path. And you don't look at a worst case scenario. This guy had to eat another man's ass to get a gig. It's not going to always be that way for us. Just follow your path, dude. You got to find a gig. Just get some little bit of money. I worked a civilian job, quote unquote. Probably the first 2 years I did stand up, the first three, I was 5 years sober. So the first 2 years I did it. Then I got unemployment for a couple of years. But it was hard. I was tired in the morning. I sucked at my day job, but I knew I was following my dream. So I would suggest that. Follow the fucking dream that you have and get yourself a day job just to pay the bills for now. Just for now.
Okay, thanks a lot, Jimmy. I appreciate it. And
Good
I
luck,
think
Brian.
You're hilarious, too. I just
Thank you, man.
Can generate, and it was great.
Thanks a lot, man. I appreciate that from another comedian. Good luck, brother.
All right. Have a good one. Take care.
I think we're running out of time here, Rock. Couple of minutes. Let's see. How about we'll do one more quick one, and we got to do it fast. I apologize to the guys I didn't get to. Jason in Arizona, your wife let them have a threesome with her best friend. Now she wants a three-way with another guy. We have to be quick, buddy. Now, do you not want it with another guy?
I'm as fit as they come. I'm a firefighter. If I did that, the guys at the station would let me have shit. So
How would they know? How would they know?
Well, because we're open books there. I can't hold shit in. I already spilled that she wants it, so now they're giving me shit every
Wait a minute. Hold on. So you have you don't have to suck the guy's dick. There's plenty of totally straight guys that have threesomes.
I agree, but if my balls touch his balls, I don't know if I could look in the mirror the next day.
Well, that's not what you have to do then. You have to work it where she sucks your cock while he fucks her, or she sucks his. There's ways, dude, in a threesome. I had my dick in a girl's mouth while Ron Jeremy fucked her. Our dicks weren't within they were actually within 2 inches of each other inside because of Ron's size. But there's no reason your dicks have to touch at all. You can have a 100% heterosexual threesome with a girl. Believe me, I've done them.
You know, if it was just a girlfriend, I would probably be open. But the fact that it's my wife makes it a little harder. But like I say, she did this for me, so I feel like a hypocrite. I don't.
Well, did you discuss it before and promise it to her before?
Absolutely not. No
Okay,
way.
well then you're not being a hypocrite. You can't, if two people do something and you can't just all of a sudden at the end go, well, hey, now it's got to be this way because that wasn't discussed before. Fuck the firehouse, dude. You guys can have I'm an open book too, but there's things I'm private with. You can have privacy in your life and still consider yourself an open, honest couple. My suggestion would be if you really feel it's going to hurt you, once you see something, you can never unsee it. And I would seriously talk to her and say, look, if right now this is something I can't do, I love you. We don't have to do it with your best friend again, but this is a little too hard for me.
Yeah, well, perhaps you could find a small-cock Jewish gentleman or something.
Yeah, hey, feel free to do that. I mean, there's plenty of them that would be happy to do it. But do not do it if it's going to hurt the marriage, because that could be a fucking cancer that eats away at you guys. And it sounds like you have a good thing. Don't fuck it up, all right?
Yeah, I hear you. Thanks, Jimmy. I love you.
Good luck, buddy. Thank you. Our last call. Thank you, man. And Adam and Eve, a great, great friend to the show. They want to know if you guys are getting enough in the bedroom. We all think we are, but you could always use something extra. And Adam and Eve knows that. So they're going to give you a little bit more. They have 10 free gifts. That's right. There's 10 gifts. First, you're going to get a sexy surprise for her. Second, a specially selected toy for him. Now, I don't know what that is, but it's specially selected. And the third is a little something they know that you're both going to enjoy. Plus, and this is something you're both going to enjoy as well, 6 full-length adult movies on DVD. That's got to keep you guys busy for a while. 6 movies. Even a pervert jerking off is not going to zip through 6 movies in one setting. Now, number 10 is a great gift. It's the best gift of all, actually. It's free shipping on your entire order. To get your 10 free gifts, just go to adamandeve.com. Select any one item. It could be an adventurous new toy, a sexy piece of lingerie, a slippery lube. Because again, a good lube can make or break a sexual situation. There's nothing worse than trying to titty fuck with a bad lube. And her one tit's at fucking 4 inches below the other one. And you're foot. Then you got to spit. Then your fucking spit starts to smell like dry breath. Anything else your heart desires, you can get the one thing. Then you enter the offer code JIM at checkout, and you're going to get all 10 free gifts, including those 3 specifically selected items, the 6 really, really hot adult movies, and free shipping on your entire order. Just enter the offer code JIM so they know where you got it, so they continue to advertise on my show. AdamandEve.com. And it's Jim at adamandeve.com. One more thing. Friday and Saturday, I fucked this up before. October 11 and 12 or 10 and 11. Whatever that is. I keep fucking it up because I'm a dunce. Comedy Cabaret. It's at Poco's Restaurant in Doylestown. It's a great fucking room. And I'm working on material for whatever my next special is. It's one of my favorite parts of being a stand-up is this process. So come down. It's only $15 tickets. Thank you, guys. And thank you to E-Rock for making this all possible. Godspeed, Eric.
Jim Norton is now done dealing with your bullshit. He'll be back next Wednesday at 10 a.m. Eastern, 7 Pacific. But you can listen to episodes of The Jim Norton Show whenever you want. Go to SiriusXM.com/on-demand for details.